Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. You join me down at the storage yard and this is an update regarding our cracked sunroof and also how I drained the aquarium sunroof that I have in the caravan. So first of all, what I'm going to do is show you how I drained it and how a set of children's armbands saved the day. Okay, so to do this little fix, repair, whatever you want to call it, I hunted high and low on the internet for some tubing that I wanted to fit to drain the actual water out of the aquarium sunroof. And I couldn't find any anywhere. I tried all the DIY shops, aquarium places, all sorts, couldn't find anything. And then I happened to go into Home Bargains thinking I might find something in there. And I did. I found this. This is the Spear & Jackson spray and leave. We don't need that, but it'll come in handy at home. What I want is this tubing. So I'm going to be removing the tubing from that and using that. I have a 5.5mm drill bit, which is going to make the hole in the acrylic panel so that I can access the water. I have got a pair of scissors, a drill, and a set of kids' armbands. And I'm sure you're wondering what the hell I am going to use kids' armbands for, but all will be revealed later. Now the final thing, in order to draw the water out on a siphon, I've got this, which is a syringe that I was given a while ago, and I've been using it for all sorts, and it's going to come in handy for this job as well. Because the idea is, if I just take this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that little filter off there, and then I'm going to insert this into here, like so, and that will give me the suction. And we're obviously going to need some form of container as well to actually contain the water when we drain it out. So let's get on with this little repair, fix, or whatever we want to call it. Rescue, shall we call it? Probably is more of a rescue. Okay, so let's get on with this job. So this unscrews like so we can remove that. We don't need that. And then we have inside here, we have a little stop, which I'm going to pull off. I'm going to keep one of them on. We just need the scissors because I just need to nip that as well, because I don't need that on there, like so. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is remove this cap. So we've now got our tubing, which is going to fit onto here like so. And then we've got our siphon side. I'm going to take that off because I don't want that to come off, and it probably will be too wide anyway. So we'll just remove the little filter thing. So that is our siphon built. So let's talk about the armbands. Okay, so here are our armbands, and what I'm going to be doing is, if you look at this drill bit 5.5, that fits in there quite neatly, which means that that plug can be cut off here like so. And once we've drained out the system, we can use these plugs off here to fill the holes. Now, at the moment, I'm undecided whether to do a hole on either side or I'm going to do just one. I think with the flex in this not being that flexible, I might be better off using two holes and then plugging them with these. Now, all right, it's not the most sightly thing that you could do, but it looks a lot better than sticking some plastic tape over it or something like that. So that's my plan. So as you can see, we've got the water in here now, like so. And I plan on drilling a hole just above there where the scissor point is. That might seem a big gap, but it's not actually. It's quite low down. It's just the way the camera's focusing. And I'm thinking of doing it on both sides because I think it'll make my life a lot easier. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so I've inserted my siphon tube. And as you can see now down here, once I've drawn the water initially through the tube, it's created a vacuum now and it's siphoning off all the water. Okay, so I've managed to drain as much water as I possibly can. It's very difficult to do this. It's not one of the easiest tasks that I've tried, but I'm hoping the rest will just evaporate over the summer months, because it's going to be a while before this gets repaired. And I think I really do like these little plugs that I come up with. They don't look that ugly, and they're less intrusive, and they look less Heath Robinson than you would think. Okay, so this is how much water we've actually got out of it, which I think you'll agree is quite a lot. All adds weight. When I was draining this, I learnt a couple of things, and I didn't film them. This is great. It draws out enough of the air to create the suction in order for you to draw the water out. However, this particular pipe, great though it is, wasn't very flexible, and I wanted it to go into the bottom end like so. So in order to do that, I'd seen something on Facebook, and I thought, well, what a good idea that is. And what I did was, I took a wire coat hanger, like this one here, straightened it out, inserted a section into the pipe. Now this coat hanger is smaller than the hole, so it doesn't block it. And I bent it into a shape and then refit it inside the hole in the window and made it point downwards, and it caused enough bend in it in order for it to touch the bottom and allow the water to drain out. Now granted, it did take a little longer for the water to drain, but nonetheless it has done its job and it made life easy. So amazing what a wire coat hanger can do. So now to the update, which I'm sure most of you really want to watch anyway. But when we discovered the crack in the actual sunroof, the first port of call we took was our dealers, where we purchased it from. So I gave them a quick ring and explained the situation, and the lady on the phone was very nice and said, this is what we need from you. Can you please supply all the following? So I had to take photographs prior to any repairs or temporary repairs. I had to supply my chassis number, obviously my home address, telephone number, usual stuff. So I prepared all that, and then I decided that I was going to go into the local dealers and see if I could have a chat with them and see what the situation was. Because I anticipated it, no matter whether I paid for it or the warranty was done, that it was going to be a while. So I walked in and I actually managed to speak to the manager and had a chat with him, and he said, oh, you've got a Sprite, haven't you? And I went, yeah, I have. He went, oh, he says, we're not doing Sprites at this moment in time due to an issue with ourselves in Swift. And I said, well, what's that then? He said, well, because yours has to have the new mechanical sunroof, if we cut it, it can combust, and we're concerned about that, so we're not doing any. I said, well, where does that leave us? He said, along with the other 35 that are in the queue. I said, 35? He said, yeah, there's 35 before you. I thought, my God. He said, anyway, see you in February. And that was his last words. And I thought, no, you won't, pal. What would you have done? So I came home feeling very fed up and dejected by it all. So I thought back, and a few years ago, Uncle Les had an incident with his caravan where another caravan hit the corner of his. I'll leave a link to the video. And cracked the corner of the rear panel. And he took it to a company called C&S Caravans in Ratcliffe in Greater Manchester. And they did an absolutely fantastic job. They kept him up to date with what they were doing, how they were doing, how long it was going to be. They were really good with him. And it stuck in my mind. So I contacted Les and I said, give us that number from that place. So he sent it over and I gave him a ring, and I spoke to a really nice lady called Charlotte, who was very sympathetic, understood my situation, and was quite happy to help me. So that put my mind at ease a little bit more. I explained that it could potentially be under warranty, and I'd like to proceed with that if they did warranty work. And she explained that yes, they do warranty work for Eldis, Swift, Bailey and Coachman. So I thought, great. So she, as usual, I needed the, chassis number, photographs, blah, blah, blah. So I did all that. And she kindly updated my service record with Swift because my last service engineer forgot to send it on to Swift. So that was all put up to date. Then the next thing was, I said, well, okay, if they don't honour the warranty, how much is it going to cost me? And the bill was 1,850 quid, which I thought was reasonable because I've heard some horror stories it being in excess of 2.5 grand. So for me, I thought that was good. And we're going to get the mechanical new sunroof. So I came away, I explained to Juliet the situation. We had a long conversation about it and we thought, well, if they don't honour it, then we'll have to pay for it ourselves out of our savings. We don't really want to do so. We'd rather Swift do the right thing and actually repair it free of charge. But we'll have to wait and see. So we've now submitted the claim and we're just going to wait. Now, C&S have done their side of it. It's down to Swift now. So we'll see how long it takes. Now, the good side is the repair that I did to the crack, I'm pleased to report, has not leaked in any further. The drain that I've just showed you in this video is working as well. So that gives me a little bit more peace of mind while we wait. Potentially, if C&S get the approval or I have to pay, it's going to be around about August time before we can have it done, which suits us because we hadn't actually planned on going away in August. We were going to go away in August, but Alfie has decided he doesn't want to come with us, so that trip has been cancelled. So it gives us August for them to repair it. I know it's going to be away for quite a while and we're going to have to strip quite a bit of the caravan out in order for them to do it. So I will be making a video on that and I'll also be updating you as and when we get some information. I'm not going to labour this. I don't see the point of it because I'd rather continue with the videos that we already have made and planned to show you. So it will be business as usual on the channel. But other than that, we will, like I say, update you regarding the warranty work. Well, I'd love to know what you think about what the dealer said and how C&S have handled it. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.